welcome to Marilyn Hawes, who's cheery today. It's weekend. And come on, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, I don't know why I feel so cheery, but I went out walking the dog this morning. It was beautiful, lovely air. It's still lovely. It's going to get very, very hot. But I did a load of blackberrying this morning. Do you get them in Spain?
We do actually, but we used to get them an awful lot when we lived in West Wales.
Yeah, I
Um,
love them. I think the first
yeah, they
crop,
are mixed with apple as well.
yeah,
Nice.
the first crop you get, and I freeze them. And then what I do is the cooking slot is coming at the start now. Is I get lovely, really nice vanilla ice cream, and then I make like a puree of the blackberries I've done, and I put them hot over the ice cream. It's
Lovely.
absolutely yummy,
Yes, that's nice.
really yummy,
Well,
and it's a
come
very
on.
good season. They're everywhere. There's loads of them.
Yes, one thing that does used to concern me a bit less now is that they inhabit the brambles, that is, roadsides. And in the old days when we had lead in our petrol, it wasn't very healthy.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I
yeah.
presume it's a bit healthier now.
Well, I go down into the fields,
Ah,
where there is no, and yeah, and then the dog loves them as well. She's a blackberry fan, but I'm surprised because we've had no rain, and I thought we had loads and loads of rain earlier, but there has been no rain, and I thought maybe they won't sort of bulk up, but there's loads, so I'm very happy that I've done that. I feel very sort of self-satisfied.
well, that's good. It gives you a hobby. Listen, I'll tell you who needs a hobby, Andy Burnham.
Oh,
He's defied gravity, not answered any questions, been
no,
completely unelected, and now he's gone on holiday.
exactly.
Quite an accolade, actually. A bit different from Sir Keir, isn't it?
Well, he probably needs to go on holiday because he's worn out making so many TikTok videos.
Could
Was it
be.
about 180 in the first 2 weeks when he could have been doing some work? I do think, even if you go on holiday, and I don't think he should have done, I really object to you've got a country to run and yet the whole lot go on holiday. I know you've got to have a holiday, but that's not the point. There's so much going on in the country that I think he should step up. And even, I mean, I go on holiday. I don't. I still check in with my emails every day. I check my phone. Does anybody go on holiday anymore if you're working and not check in? And I mean, the thing about, for example, the petition that's going on, and rightly so, about PC Harper, that's
Mm.
up to now 500,000
Yeah,
and rising. And I mean, will he take any notice of it or not? Has it, the uproar still about uh, the gang rape people being let out, having said they wouldn't be.
exactly. They've gone another U-turn already. Now, he's is in touch. Obviously, you have to be as a prime minister wherever you go on holiday. But it's not the same as a presence, of course, in the country.
No.
But there he is, he's gone. But have we got the same old Andy Burnham? And what is the same old Andy Burnham? Well, he used to be, and I reckon still is, has not got a clue about who's a woman and who's a man.
Oh God, not that again.
He's still saying that trans men are welcome in lady toilets because,
No.
well, exactly, it's
I mean,
dangerous.
he's a man. I mean, women don't want it. I mean, I don't even like going, and I don't know whether GB News have stopped it, but maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, I went down there where their studios are, and they have you go in behind a door, and there are like, unisex toilets, and I don't particularly want to be. You don't know what guests they've got coming in there.
No,
I think I'm not going in there when I come out of a cubicle and there's a man, and because I just don't feel safe in that environment, and it's always even when I was young. I always think that like public toilets are can be a problem. You don't know who's
no,
behind a cubicle.
no. If you're desperate, then go. But if you're not, don't bother.
No, I don't. I won't. And I with my grandchildren, I'm always very careful
Yeah.
that I don't let them go on their own, even though they can.
Well, it's the
They won't be
hygiene
looking for
thing,
the
isn't it, as
same
well?
thing that I'd be looking for, you know.
Yeah, it's the hygiene thing as well. And it's
It's absolutely,
the drug thing is a mega modern
yes.
blight.
Yes, yes, as well. Absolutely. Anywhere there's hidey holes to get away from the viewing eyes. Do you know what I mean? It's and you can't put CCTV cameras in there, obviously. But I mean the fact that it's just not. I mean, I'm not being funny. You see some of these transgender people, they look gross. I mean, they haven't even bothered to. I saw some online yesterday that were like, oh my word. I mean, you'd scare anyone. I mean, you don't even look like a woman. I mean, you don't look like anything really. That's
Oh,
awful.
yes.
I
The
mean,
other
I
thing, of
can't, I
course, is
can't. It's a
that,
mental illness, I think. I really do think so. I
well, I
truly,
hope it is because otherwise we're all in deep doo-doo, aren't we? Look, the other thing he clings on to is his displeasure or even hate of the wonderful Margaret Thatcher. Keeps coming up. He hates the scheme of her and what she did to the country,
but
and he still does.
she saved the country because of what people
Exactly
did to
that.
it. All
Yeah,
right, she might have been extreme and not liked at the end, but she turned that around and nobody, because I never liked the fact that she sold off council houses. I could never, I couldn't see the point of that because and I remember saying, if you're going to sell off the council houses, then you've got to rebuild some more. You can't just get rid of them. And I remember as a teenager, I was always quite, I don't understand why you would do that. And everybody wants home ownership, but if you can afford home ownership, you don't need a council house, do you?
that's the theory. Yes, and it's played out to good and bad throughout the generations since then.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it does depend. It's difficult, isn't it? Where in the country you live. So if you were a miner, um, coal miner, then you would feel very different. I think people are very split on her, but she did turn it round. She wouldn't have had any nonsense with the non-emptying of the bins in Birmingham. She'd have sorted it. Then she must be horrified. She must be turning in a grave. I really must be. With what's happened now, I don't think anybody can really work out what's happening going on. Every day, there's some lefty loon that's doing something or suggesting some absolutely crazed thing. It's just it's like you're living in some sort of pantomime.
Well, when it goes as far as Cambridge University,
Oh, don't.
I mean, if they can't suss anything out with all their brains, but as we keep saying, Marilyn, the difference between brains and common sense is east to west, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to wonder, and universities these days are becoming ever more woke. I mean, I'd be frightened if my kids were going to university now. Honestly, I would. When I mean, one of the top ones in the country. In fact, I think Durham is quite above Cambridge now. I think. But if you're how did that guy get away with it? I mean, honestly, talking about a book he'd never written. I mean, he
No,
needs to be sectioned.
he got away with it, and now they've admitted it. Is basically the students wanted somebody A that was black, B one of them, and the authorities in Cambridge just went along with it for DEI
Exactly.
reasons.
DEI. I
DEI
mean,
is a killer.
it is. It's going to kill anything that's good in this country. It's gone absolutely crazed. It really has. And oh my life. I don't know if you saw yesterday, there was a young girl, there's a video of it. I think I sent it to you. It was a video of a young schoolgirl and oh, excuse me, it's hay fever. And this young schoolgirl had been touched up by this man, and the man, we all know what ethnicity he would be, rang the police to complain that she wouldn't have sex with him in the McDonald's toilet. So they rocked up and arrested her. I mean, outrageous. And this poor young, she's about 13 years old, was screaming and yelling. Well, two police officers banged her up in the car. And I mean, what country have we come? What on earth is going on? It's just awful.
That's a prime example of what DEI can
Oh,
do. It can
absolutely.
ruin and has ruined our police force.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, how any right-minded copper could manhandle this teenage girl. And she's in a school uniform, you know, and this guy, I mean, it's just awful, awful. I don't know how you can twist that story to be anything that would make the girl look guilty of
No,
anything. I don't know how, at what level do you look at that and go, maybe
they've managed it. Listen,
unbelievable.
we've got a worldwide show here today. We're going to fly everywhere. We're going to fly here down to Spain and mention Vibrio, pronunciation Vibrio in Spanish. And it's a beast that infects waters coming out of rivers onto the shoreline and to sandy beaches. And you've got to be very, very careful because it's a flesh-eating bacteria. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? So the biggest organ in the body is your skin. So it's got plenty to go out there. And what things you have to take avoidance at are the follows. Number one, we have got to be careful now going in sea and rivers.
Yes.
With a cut.
Yeah,
An open cut.
Yeah.
It can get in that way.
Yeah.
And beware, obviously, you've got to open your mouth sometimes to breathe. It gets in that way. It will get in salads. Always beware of salads, especially if you're eating out. And can I say mayonnaise that's made with raw eggs, avoid like the plague. Try and get one in a sachet, although those have been banned in parts of Spain for various reasons. But beware of things like that. Be aware that you can have a tragic holiday if you get one of these beasts.
Is it what is it? A fly? Is an enzyme? It's like an amoeba thing? What is it?
Yeah, it's a bacteria, basically.
Right. So you can't actually see it.
No.
Right. God, that's worrying, isn't that?
Yes, it is. So if you're on holiday and there's very few actually in Spain because it's dry country most of the year, and the river's coming out near your resort, think twice, go up the coast a little bit. So that's one thing we've got to be aware of.
How lovely. Are there certain beaches or certain places in Spain where this has been discovered or?
No, it's generally when it's hot, and it's been a hot year. Strangely, this year, you've had nearly 30 degrees sea temperature.
Yeah.
And that's northeast Spain, which is rare, and the Balearics, which are northeast Spain, and the French coast. For some reason now, down here, we're near the Atlantic. And this morning, we had some sea fog coming in.
Oh, wow.
It was gorgeous. But our girl panicked. She thought it was another fire coming.
Oh, bless her.
She said, we're up. No, I said, don't panic.
But see, even the rivers around here and the sea. I mean, last year or the year before, and there was a documentary on it about it was called Dirty Business. And it was very good, frightening, and made me very angry about the sewage that's going out, like round about everywhere.
Yes.
But this little girl, Dorset it was, and they were playing on the beach, and you know where water comes out. And this poor child, she was dead in 9 days. She ended up with sepsis and her kidneys collapsed. She's only 9 years old. As you say, your holiday can end in tragedy. I mean, I won't even let the dog, I won't let the dog go in any of the rivers around here, even though I look at the water content and I won't risk it. I won't risk it.
We've done and sought an interview from a lady doctor that's in A&E in Malaga City.
Oh, yeah.
She's been there for 13 years, and she said, look, I see it every year with the tourist season. You've got to beware of the following. Number one, drink and drugs.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
She is sick of picking up people, falling off balconies,
Yes.
blow stories up.
Yes.
And they're either paraplegic
Yeah.
or they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
every single year, and it doesn't get any better. And drugs are just as guilty
Yeah,
as drink.
yeah. I'm sure the lady I know whose family must have been about a month or so ago were killed in, was it Malaga? That very sad accident about
Yes,
2 in the
sounds like
morning.
Malaga.
They'd only arrived on the Friday and they'd obviously hired a car
Mm.
and they died. They were killed. No other car involved. On some sort of bends, and of course, you go up around your area. There's lots of windy bends, aren't there?
One,
And
two.
yeah, and they killed themselves. And I wouldn't mind betting, that they were drink and drugs or whatever. I mean, that's a terrible thing to say because I don't know, but or speeding, whatever. It would seem odd that you were just sat at home and at 2 in the morning you sort of disappeared down a cliff.
We did ask the question, and that wasn't given to us as the answer.
Oh, right, okay.
It may have been, but it wasn't. You've got to realise that our road surfaces in the United Kingdom are awful.
Yeah.
But the construction of the roads here, especially the exits and entrances to fast roads, motorways, are truly awful. There is
Yes, I
a
know, because
lot of
when I came to see you, I mean, it's hair raising. I can remember trying to get onto, and I'm thinking, crikey, I mean, you've got to have a neck that almost turns right, a head that turns
That's
all the way
right.
around. I mean, it really is. You've got to physically move in your seat, haven't you? To actually, it's really, I agree with you. It's very dangerous.
Well, they
Yeah.
came off the road round one of these tight bends, not
Mm.
realizing how tight it was.
Yes.
They finished
Yeah.
down the bottom of a valley and dead.
Very awful.
Very sad.
Very dreadful.
So the other thing that she mentioned, of course, was the sunburn. We often get sun here, factor 11, which is about as high as you can get. And if you get even 10 minutes of that, you are sunburned. So factor 50, and don't stay out, they say, for longer than 20 minutes. Depends what time of the day it is. But again, sunburn is the thing.
Oh yeah, and prickly heat and actually heat stroke. My friends went to Menorca, and the husband he said, "Oh, I felt so ill." I said, "It's horrible. You itch from head to toe. You can't stop scratching. It's. I've had it. I had it when I went to Ibiza, and it's just awful where your blood
It's
overheats.
painful. It's painful itching.
It is horrible. I agree with you. I had it when I went to Ibiza when I was about 19 and and I was like, I had like, thank God for cold tiles because I was lying on the cold tiles to try and relieve the itching. And you actually do feel like weird inside. It's horrible, horrible feeling. But, no, you've got to be very, very careful, very careful. Yeah, it's not good. And my sister has a problem with sun lotions. And she was saying there's a very, very good one now that there are other ones you can buy, but it's water based and it's by Nivea, right? And she said I can actually wear that one. It's very, and I think children, all my grandchildren, when they go swimming, all of them, when they're going swimming on the beach or wherever in a swimming pool, if they're away someone's pool, they have swimsuits with arms on them. They have that special fabric that protects from the rays of the sun, and it is. It's like wearing it's really sort of stretchy. It looks like lycra stuff, but there's something in it that it doesn't. You don't need to put the lotion on your shoulders, on your back, on your chest, and all of that. And that's a very good thing to stop the kids getting. But you still got your face, and you still got your head, of course.
Indeed. Something we've mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again because the time is right. And it's our friend, enemy, Enoch Powell, coming back now from, well, 2 decades ago, I suppose,
Oh, more than that.
when he was nearing the end of his life. And he was invited on various chat shows. One was Dick Cavett, an American show. I think it was filmed in England anyway. We've got that show, and some of the things he said in there, we've had the Rivers of Blood thing, which was taken out of context.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
you can't say that. He
No,
thought
it
he
was
was right.
absolutely it was not racist.
No, not in the lead. But this one, have a think about this. He said, I shall read it. By the end of the century, Britain will be occupied not by my people, but by others with nothing in common with us. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. And
When
that
did
is
he?
exactly what's happened.
I know when he did the Rivers of Blood speech, that one, that was, I think, very prophetic. And I remember it was one of his constituents, wasn't it? He was concerned about the three daughters and what life would be like. And this guy was saying, I want my children to live abroad because I can see where this is going. And that's what stimulated Enoch to make that speech in the House of Commons. But if he said that, I mean, my goodness me, because I was looking yesterday on the news about the Tories, and back in 2011 were putting migrants into uh, council houses, social housing. So there's something like 230,000 of them now in social housing. How on earth, I mean, goodness me, how on earth are you going to turf those people out? And where are they going to go? I
And
mean,
why should they jump the queue above English residents?
well, absolutely right. I mean, the Tories can bellyache all they like now, but that was back in 2011. So that was, excuse me, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they showed this graph. It was on GB News. They showed this graph, and I thought, good grief. You know, when you see how much they were doing, they can't. It's all very well for Kemi Badenoch to say blah blah. People don't forget. They're not. I don't think they're going to trust. They won't trust. They won't forget. But I don't know how you're going to turf these people out because what human rights lawyer they're going to say as well. They've lived here, blah blah blah. You gave them that. Well, where are they going to go?
It's a problem. It should never have happened. And can I say, folks of the United Kingdom, wake up. You have been invaded. There are ghettos throughout the country.
Yes.
They don't want to join in.
No,
In
they don't.
fact, if they're Islamists, they want a caliphate. They want to take over you. And they
Exactly
have
right.
declared this.
Exactly right. And where I used to live in Wokingham, which is a very nice area in East Berkshire, very nice market town and all that. A friend of mine told me the other day that it's being the old Ritz Cinema is going to be turned into a mosque. Now, whoever saw that coming there?
Well, let's look and talk briefly, although I've not got it on the agenda, what they are seeking planning permission for in Brent, where else, of course, where the majority are Pakistani in council houses, one's got to say. They are applying, or will apply very shortly, for a 13-story block of flats. Massive, completely out of context with the whole area.
Oh, I bet they get the planning permission.
And it's a mosque. 3 floors will be prayer floors. Then there's medical. Then there's a marriage floor. Then there's a funeral floor. It goes on. And within the curtilage of this place, there are 7 mosques already. And this
Lord.
great big building will be dwarfing a humble English church right next to it. And
Good
you don't
Lord.
think you've been taken over, folks?
Oh, I know, I know. I mean, people keep saying, and I said, I put something out the other day, and I said, you know, I'm sick of having the same conversations. I mean, I went on Mike Graham's show yesterday, or the day before it was, and he said, "Oh, asking about this thing about the grooming gangs being released," and I sort of moved away from it because I'm sick of saying the same old thing, you know, over and over again. And then so I started talking about what is even worse, or not even worse, but as worse, as bad are the 9,300 domestic abusers that are being released. And that will be because of violence, murder, because they will kill. If you wind somebody up enough, they will kill. The 6,000 migrants that could come out of prison and go back to their homes in, you know, overseas. And it's awful. And there are empty prisons. That's the point. That's what I don't understand. Someone on GB News mentioned that these 2 empty prisons. Well, why aren't they using them? There's one on the Isle of Wight, which I've said before now.
I mean, there's a problem with prison officers.
Oh,
Getting the
who
numbers.
can you play? Who'd want to be one?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, with what's going on in there, who would want to be a prison officer? The violence, because as you know, I had that lady on my show a while ago, and the violence is definitely worse.
It is. And when we mention the fact that let's do something simple, like put 2 prisoners in one cell, that will double the numbers. Well, it's not as simple as that, but certainly it would help.
Well, in some cells you have 4.
Yeah, it depends on health and safety,
Yes.
the size of the cells. And we know that in old people's homes that have had to shut because
Yes.
they were 1 centimetre short of the bureaucratic prescribed. Yeah, say no more. The thing is in a mess, basically.
Yes.
Can Andy sort it out?
No.
No.
No. No. I mean, I just think he comes out. He says what he thinks. Oh, he says what he thinks people want to hear, and he's right in what he says. That people, but if you, so my I think is he says what people want to hear, and then so he must be aware that that is the feeling around him, and yet does nothing.
Yeah, the other thing, of course, which is all akin to what we've been saying, is that, oh, well, we need foreign workers to come and help the job situation. No, 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 we don't. We need to get our young people off their sofas, number one. Number two, let's learn from other countries, in this case, Spain. They have a lot of agriculture here. They
Yes.
cannot get the workers to pick the crops. I'm
Yeah.
not surprised in these temperatures, but I'll tell you who wants a quick buck, the Moroccans. And they legally come over here in drones. They work like something like nothing for 6 months and 4 months of the year. They are housed, fed, and watered. They go back home and they're millionaires almost.
Yeah, well,
That's what
I mean,
can be done, folks.
it's the same if you think about our agricultural here. I mean, the people that, the Poles, the Eastern Europeans, they always used to go in the fields and all of that. I mean, you need those people. And they've gone back and, same thing, housed and fed and everything. It's a hard job, like you're saying about the Moroccans. They're not afraid of work.
No, they aren't. The demise of any empire or country or realm is always in debauchery and also laissez-faire. Oh, it's all right.
Yes.
It'll go
Yes.
away.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
got a double portion of both in the United
Yes.
States.
Yes. Yeah. I still get really annoyed that the royal family say nothing. That the king could be saying this isn't right. He could be doing that, and he's not because we know, I think, what side of the fence he's on.
We've got to finish.
Oh,
My
gosh.
time's gone, but as you've raised that, the royal family have had a very difficult time from Randy Andy. Well, it's not just him. It goes through other members of the royal family. It's not been good. The king has blown hot and cold. He's come in for a lot of criticism recently from various levels, especially saying he's king of all faiths. No, you are not. You're
No.
king and leader of the Church of England. Get used to Christianity, brother king. There's reasons for that. The whole of the country, of course, is based on Judeo-Christian laws.
Yes. I
And
mean,
if
it's
he
a
starts
constitution.
romanticizing with Islam, which he clearly does, then you're going to have a problem with Sharia. But apart from that, and this is the biggie, with the Moroccans coming over, 70,000 of them, and with another lot of
Yes, I read that. Another lot.
water,
Yeah.
the King of Spain has stood up and said, I will paraphrase, get a grip, Sanchez. You cannot let our borders just be run over like that.
Oh,
well done him.
Would he
Why
like to-
has Charlie the Third?
I was going to
not
say,
said that?
would he like to talk to Charles? I mean, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, he is king of the realm, and he should be looking at this and thinking this is not what Britain is all about. He should be doing that. I mean, and I honestly don't think William's any better. I really don't. But the oath he took is a constitutional thing. It's written in law, in history. He can't just decide that he's now doing something different, but he thinks he can and he can't. And I don't know why anyone's not stopping it.
Right, a cautionary tale to finish with. and it comes from you, madame.
Oh,
And everybody says, "Oh, it won't get to my little village." And it's called Birds of a Feather. And it's come to your little village, hasn't it?
my little village. I am now the bête noire of the village. So we were invaded by 40 Asian men last Saturday at 4:30 in the morning. They came in their vans. The landlord of the pub said you can park in the front of the pub for about an hour from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. until they could get into the field. They come from all across the country, principally from Birmingham, 40 of them, with their pigeons and their little like homing pigeons. And they paint them. What I don't know what they paint them with, or even if it's healthy for the pigeon, but they have like green across their chest, or pink, or blue, whatever, and they look like a flying rainbow. I went out walking the dog, and it's just men everywhere. And it was like this 6 or 7 weeks ago, but the guys that came 6 or 7 weeks ago were older and much more respectful. These were like marauding all over the village. What really made me see red, they were running and climbing all over the graves, standing on the church wall, standing on some of the headstones, which, I mean, there's a 700-year-old church, yeah? And they were in the children's play park area, lying down, no tops on, smoking weed. In the morning, when they got to the pub car park, they got their camp beds out. They were cooking curry on their gadget, whatever it was. And they didn't move the vans, even though the guy said 8 till 9, but they were still there all through the day, right? And they just felt so intimidating. And they were literally walking around and saying, like, knocking on people's houses, saying, "Oh, I want to come in and I want to climb up your roof to get my bird or whatever." And what? And this poor another little old lady, she had a conservatory, glass conservatory, and they wanted to get the pigeon off this roof. I mean, we've got pigeon crap everywhere now, because there were like 40 men, 40 odd, 50 pigeons. And so without even a blink of an eye, they go round the back and they climb up her glass conservatory. They didn't get, a ladder as they said they would, and it was horrendous. And then they were still there Monday morning because some of the pigeons don't come back. And the idea is, I can't think of anything more boring. The idea is that they put £100 per pigeon, yeah, and they let them out about 6 in the morning. And then it's the first pigeon back at 6 in the evening that wins the money. But they don't all come back. So they were still there Monday morning with their 12-foot poles with a little platform thing on, crawling all over the fields and everything, trying to find the pigeons to take home. I mean, I can't think of anything more boring. I mean, 12 hours, they're like standing around, looking around. Oh, there's my pigeon. But just a mass invasion. And it was an invasion and so intimidating.
Do they not realise that pigeons do not like curry? And this is what's putting them off coming back at the appropriate hour. We jest because if something like, well, put yourself in this position. How would you feel if that happened to your village? Coming to a village near you, folks.
Awful. I mean, the village is split on it because I didn't say anything at the first because I was just walking the dog, and then one of my neighbours said, "Oh my goodness me, look!" And I can't go. And people they didn't feel they could take their children to the park. Quite right. They didn't feel they didn't. People were driving up to the pub and driving away. They didn't want to stay. And some very sensible businessmen in the village put out this is not right, blah blah blah. And then they had an empty house. We've got an empty house here that belongs to the Duke of Bedford. It's up for sale.
Well,
and they were
listen, why did the police not?
Well, we'd have been called racist. Well, we'd have called racist, wouldn't we? We'd have been called racist. And so, I mean, it was trespass because one of the houses is empty. It belongs to the Duke of Bedford. And they were trying to get in there. So I rang up Bedford Estates and I was told, well, this is trespass. I said, I know it's trespass.
I mean, look, it's upsetting for everybody. And it's back to that old world, isn't it? Word, culture.
Well, my friend from Europol is back. And he popped round and said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm okay." But I said, I sometimes wonder why I live here because it is so woke. It is so smug in their little domains with their lovely big houses and their beautiful gardens that, they're going to have the shock of their life one day if the church doesn't stay open because it will become a mosque. You know, I mean, and you've got 40 strangers walking around your village. You don't know what they're seeing or what they're thinking. I mean, I'm not being funny, but it's true. And I wasn't going to ring the police because I thought they would just say that we are racist because Bedfordshire police are woke. Right? Well, they're all woke. DEI, yeah. But it'll all settle down. But I just think, you know, I can't bear it. I can't bear it. And you know, someone said to me, "Well, you know, you know, good for you." I said, "Yeah, good for me, but nobody else does anything, do they? They hide away when, you know." But I just, yeah, I was really fed up for all last week, and then other people have texted me, going, "Oh, I'm the same. I still fed up," and I feel like saying, "Well, hang on, but you didn't say anything. I actually put my neck on the line and did something about it." And I just, I love living here, but I'm very pleased. I live like down a little gravel cul-de-sac where I don't have people walking past my house. So it'll all settle down. But even the smallest of villages, we've only got 70 houses, 120 residents. And you think, I really felt for the people in Piddington, you know, in Oxford. Where they've got 300 and then 1,500 illegal migrants coming, for goodness sake. It's outrageous, absolutely awful. Then these little villages, we have a right to live in a little village. Why should we be punished for it?
Well done. Okay, we've got to leave it there. A cautionary tale. And she's going to have a fantastic weekend now to cheer herself up. We shall see you very shortly.
Bye bye.